Hey everybody, call me Felix, and today we're at one of the most famous hotels in Metro Manila, the Peninsula, in one of the most photographed luxury hotel lobbies in the area, and Southeast Asia for that matter. Long before there was Instagram, the Peninsula Hotel lobby was, and still is, the place to see and be seen. And the hotel lobby serves all-day dining, but what it's arguably most famous for is its afternoon tea. A number of luxury hotels in Metro Manila do afternoon tea service, and the Peninsula offers afternoon tea in many of its hotels around the world. But the afternoon tea at the Peninsula Manila has been a long-standing tradition. This is the first part of our short staycation series at the Peninsula Manila, and in the next couple of videos, I'll take you around the Sunday brunch buffet at the Peninsula's in-house buffet, Escolta, and it's reputed to be one of the city's best. And in another video, I'll tour you around one of the Peninsula's best rooms, the Executive Suite. For now, we're going to have afternoon tea, and the timing of this release is interesting because it coincides with two events. One, the Peninsula is celebrating its 46th anniversary since launching on the corner of Ayala and Makati Avenues this September, and I encourage everyone to read up on the fascinating history of the Pen. And two, well, you can say this video is in memory of one Queen Elizabeth II. And since the world is mourning her passing, well, this is my contribution, an afternoon tea salute indeed. Now, I can't say what my real thoughts about the royal family on that funny rock Great Britain are, because even here in the Philippines, the last vestiges of white European royalty are still adored here unquestionably. I mean, the Philippines has this strange affinity for dynasties. Well, I can't say what my real thoughts are, but I think they're best encapsulated in the song Victoria by the Kinks. Without further ado, join me for afternoon tea, and let's drink ourselves to vanilla bourbon tea, just as the nobles and royalty do. Excelsior! Okay, everyone, we are doing something, and I don't know what you guys think of me being kind of, I don't know, patrician. This is not really my thing, to have afternoon tea. Now, I'm conflicted whether I should do this review as in an Alec Guinness voice, as in they are having afternoon tea while they watch the bridge over the River Kwai destroy itself. What have I done? Yeah. So there you go. I'm having vanilla bourbon tea. Now, I'm not really a tea connoisseur, everyone. An afternoon tea seems like something that, like, let's say the Duchess of Cambridge or the Duke of Cambridge or whatever they're called, the Prince of Wales or whatever, that they drink to afternoon tea while the world's on fire, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's a very accurate description of old money, how they do things. And of course, it's a very old money prestige colonial hotel, the Peninsula or the Pen Manila. I think they have afternoon tea from where I come from at the Peninsula at Beverly Hills. Now I'm not gonna say anything about my background, but yeah, I used to hang out with rich folks from Beverly Hills, but I've never been to the Peninsula for afternoon tea. There, and the first time here, on the side of the water in Manila. Here you go, vanilla bourbon tea. It really finishes like vanilla bean, kind of like throughout, but really finishes nicely with that, and it tastes like tea, right? I'm not really getting anything bourbon-ish, I guess, as in like anything resembling a barrel. Yeah, very vanilla. I would say more, if it's any bourbon attributes, I would say it's more of like a caramel character. Yeah, but yeah, this is something you drink while you watch the world burn or something like that. And it is a very dreary afternoon, May afternoon. Do not come to Manila in May, because for the love of God, it is humid. It is unbearably humid. Yeah, it's humid and hot in the Philippines almost all year round. But May is just when T.S. Eliot penned April's the coolest month, he obviously didn't know about May in Manila. Yeah. It's humid, it's hot, it's also the start of the wet season.
There's thunderstorms outside. You know how wonderful my reception, you know how wonderful I cope, how wonderfully I cope with thunderstorms, which is to say, not very good, astrophobic and all. So I'm glad it's a little bit light outside here. It's kind of brightened up a bit. In the afternoons here at the Pen, because it's east facing, this place kind of gets dark. Yeah, it's really dark, but in the mornings it's absolutely glorious because the sun's coming through. Yeah, it's very nice having afternoon tea after all with vanilla bourbon, although I don't really get much bourbon here. Okay, back in a bit. Hello.
Sure, this one is sweet cherry macaroons, and this one is strawberry calamansi opera, and this one is raspberry highlands. Tapos this one is forest ham, sir.
Black forest ham?
Yes, forest ham emmental. And this one is tomato basil black olives bruschetta.
Bruschetta.
Yes, sir. And the other one is smoked salmon.
Relax.
Yeah. And the other one is for the kids, it's a bacon cheddar onion. The other one is banana bread. And the Peninsula scones, sir.
Oh, the scones. Okay. Is there any preferred way of eating through this, or just do the savory things first and then?
It's up to you, sir. But this one.
Sorry.
But this one, sir, we have like for the scones.
For the scones.
Yes, you put this one, sir. Either the strawberry or the clotted cream. It's a nice combination, sir.
Okay, you can do either or, but not together.
It's up to you, sir.
Up to you.
But it's
Okay.
nice.
And then what's this?
And this one is sorry, sir. It's a lemon curd, sir.
No, we're all friends here. I mean, some people like me don't really know what everything is because I don't really do afternoon tea. So this is a real novelty.
This one is our famous here in the Peninsula.
Oh, that's the reason why I'm trying it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Enjoy your
Thank you.
afternoon tea.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Again, I don't really know what you guys think of me. If like I was built, grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, I can assure you I'm not. I'm like James Bond at everything except when it comes to this level of sophistication. Yeah, James Bond even in getting women. Yes, I am that. I have to say. All right. I'm gonna just go straight away to the reviewing because my ADD is gonna say, what's everything here? Okay, let's see how good I remembered anything. So this is a macaroon. Looks like strawberry. Looks like raspberry calamansi opera. Oh my goodness, I got that one right. That's a raspberry something. I grabbed a little sandwich, as you can see, without the crust. Oh, where are my manners? One must put his napkin over his lap, as you can see. By the way, guys, the tea. So this is an afternoon tea set. It comes at 1,795, 1,695, something like that. So not cheap. By the way, the tea is not included, I don't think. This costs $270. This lovely kettle of vanilla bourbon. Vanilla bourbon tea. This sort of tastes like vanilla cream clotted raisins. There's a little bit of a raisin subtlety here. I think I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so they said this is forest ham and Emmental cheese. I almost wanted to reiterate black forest ham. Oh, they just said forest ham. Okay. And it's served slightly colder than room temperature. Or at least that cheese is. It's a good temperature. Simple as this is, there's a nice fluffy texture here. That bread, a toasty flavor, getting good creaminess from the Emmental, and that is good forest ham. Yes, it is not sweet, everybody. Not sweet. Let me finish it up with tea and let me see if it tastes any different. Kind of finishes clean, but you have the sandwich still in your tongue. Okay. I heard bruschetta, so this is some tomato and olive bruschetta. You see, we're afternoon tea. You have to do a hard A, except for what I just said over there with the A, right? Okay. I still have the sandwich in my, still chewing around. Okay, this is the tomato olive bruschetta. Yes, I think it's a one biter. It's a nice combination of juicy tart tomato, a nice oil there, a good bright hit of herbaceousness to go with that nicely toasted bruschetta. Another nice little snack, if you will. I don't know what you call them, because these are very dainty finger sandwiches, if you like to call them that. So, 2 good bites of subtlety. But it's really actually good. It's really good. This is some smoked salmon roulette. Let me just bite this in half. I don't really get a lot of smoke out of that smoked salmon. I get a lot of salmon taste, for sure. Again, nice fluffy bread. There's a herbaceousness about it. It tastes really light. Again, something you should have at tea, I suppose. Okay. I'm going to move on for this. I think it's a bacon Lorraine cheese quiche. Still have that salmon in my mouth. Okay. Follow it up with some vanilla bourbon tea again. Good cleanser, especially after that salmon, which is a teensy bit more gamey. It's a teensy bit more fresh than the smoked, but it's good. It's good. I'm not knocking it, everyone. Okay, bacon Lorraine quiche. Okay. It's a good salty, smoky flavor. Or that bacon. The quiche feels, that filling feels fluffy, like a light egg. Only thing is, I wish this was piping hot, because it's just that, I like that warmth, and especially that, like, cheese. Kind of have that little melting sensation. It's good. Personally for me, wish it was a little bit warmer, so I can appreciate like the flaky pastry here and kind of the warmth of it all. We'll try another bite. Followed up with some more tea again. No, the sun is breaking, everyone. Hooray. It's gotten noticeably brighter since I sat down. Okay, you'll notice that I'm just going with my hands just because, I don't know, that's not the dignified way of eating afternoon tea, but like I told you, this is the one time I get to prove to you I'm as working class as working class can be, and it was a product of working class parents. There you go. I get to show that over afternoon tea, after all. Okay. It is banana bread. Now, it looks like rye bread, the color of rye bread, or something like a light German chocolate bread. And they say it's banana bread. Guys, I am not wild about banana bread. But let me just preface that now. Okay, banana bread. I don't know about. Interesting. It has a really nutty. It's actually not. It's actually pretty good because it doesn't really taste like the banana bread I'm used to. It's very fluffy. Does not feel dense at all. Or not too dense. There's a good banana flavor that's kind of hitting me middle of the tongue and of the bite. It's like a very light toffee nutty flavor that goes with that banana bread. It's good texture. I'm like a cashew nut, toasted cashew nut taste. So this is lovely. It's just got good texture, not too dense. You can just chow through one of these and it will be all good. Okay, so the Peninsula Manila is famous for these scones. These are blueberry scones. Okay, so I was instructed that you can either with the strawberry jam or the clotted cream to pair it on there, and it's absolutely heavenly. And I asked, could you just put them all three of these things? I don't remember what that was. It just looks like some butter that had, you know, melted and then recoagulated, and, you know, over like the span of 48 hours. Yeah, let's put clotted cream on top of our scone. Okay, put a little more. Bigger dollop than that. I love that it's getting brighter now. I'm astrophobic, like I said, so this is kind of like relieve my nerves a bit that it's becoming brighter outside. Okay, let's get a big bite of this, shall we? Okay. Kind of without that clotted cream, I feel like it's creamy inside. Well, not creamy as in texture, because it's denser than that. But it's almost like the cream has kind of, you can taste that vanilla butter cream inside. It's quite nice. And then, I think it's raspberry. I don't really think it's blueberry. So with that cream, of course, the added bonus that it's creamy texture. Okay, let me add some more of this raspberry jam. Yeah, there we go. Kind of this side, we're gonna put some there. Okay, just that, and then we can get wild with our scones. That, and I don't mean this in a demeaning way, because I mean it in an adulatory way, as a worthy of praise. It reminds me of Knott's Berry Farm raspberry jam, like the comforting raspberry jam. Or yeah, some people say, well, don't you dare compare this to Smucker's, right? Well, I said Knott's Berry Farm, I didn't say Smucker's. Like, I don't know, when I was a kid, and I don't ever want to reveal my age, and unfortunately the last couple of videos I made, I have. So this reminds me of childhood in a good way, in a very dignified way, mind you, because it's like a fresh raspberry jam that's not too cloying, it's not too thick, it's just a nice bright raspberry flavor. The texture's not too syrupy, and that's good. a nice brightness, and then when you put it all together, it's good. Okay, I'm gonna put clotted cream and raspberry jam. Let's get wild, everyone. I mean, when you put it all together, I don't even know about that thing. Those two things together, I like it better that way, personally. Added creaminess, a little bit of that refreshing, not too syrupy jam. I have no idea why this is going in my head, because I said Knott's Berry Farm. In Knott's Berry Farm, you inevitably think of boysenberries, and for the love of God, do you know what a boysenberry is? It's one of those really mutated berries from like before World War II. You should read up on the history of boysenberries, everyone. Okay. Having said that, yeah, this is quite good. Let's see what this thing is, because I don't know what it is, or I've forgotten. Oh, it's kind of like a very creamy marmalade. Okay, afternoon tea. We must call it marmalade. Okay. It's very bright and sweet, by the way. Very potent. Bright. Very bright sweetness. Let's set this aside for now. The scone is really good. I'm not a scones person, or I'm not an afternoon tea person. Let's chase that. Oh, the goodness of scones and afternoon tea. Nice, refreshing, clean taste. The more you get some of this stuff. Okay. Where shall we go? Gonna have some opera cake. They say this is blueberry and calamansi, so it's gonna be, if it's anything like that scone combination, this is probably gonna taste redolent of the scone with all three of those things. Okay. Slice that up. And there we go. It's like a very creamy custard. Creamier than you think. But pretty neutral as far as nothing too acidic, nothing too sugary. This is also pretty good. Okay, 2 more things to try, and we can kind of put a wrap on afternoon tea. By the way, you can have a flute of champagne for 700 pesos more, I think. I gotta check. I think it's Moët Chandon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Seems pretty reasonable, but I'm not really in the mood for a champagne. Although, maybe I'll be in the mood for it later. Again, this one, again, kind of like our opera cake. Kind of tastes muted. It's a little more on the sugary side. Denser. Like a slight nut paste there. Like, almond. Very subtle. Okay. One last thing, I swear. One last thing. There's like a base of chocolate here, which makes me quite happy. Let's finish the rest of this tea and pour ourselves another. Okay. Strawberry chocolate macaroon thing. Let's bite it off that big square of chocolate, shall we? Dark chocolate. Quite good. Not too sweet. It's not like that potent. Nice flaky cookie. Nice macaroon. Luscious filling. Luscious enough. I think it's very balanced. So, of all these things, I think what you get is a lot of balanced flavors. For me, it's the scones. That quiche I would be raving about if it was a little bit warmer. Sandwiches, alright, they do their job. Same with those little desserts. Macaroon I really like. As well as the scones. There you go. And then vanilla bourbon tea. For me, I love that combination. Something that's like bolder and richer, but still refreshing. Okay. So I think those are my thoughts on Peninsula Manila's afternoon tea. My kettle gone dry now. Okay. That's it. Over my vanilla bourbon tea. That about does it. I don't know what I was expecting when I was doing this. It's like one of those things you have to do. When you're staying at the peninsula, especially, is to have afternoon tea. I'm one of those people that eats a heavy breakfast. You know, hotel life. Take advantage of the breakfast buffet. Don't really eat anything for lunch. And then just have a heavier dinner. This is an afternoon tea, which I don't have to eat such a heavy dinner. Yeah, okay. So, solid afternoon tea, if you want to call it. This is like, you know, again, nothing I generally do. It's such a patrician thing to be doing. It's kind of like it's like harkening back to colonial times in a way. Like if you're in Asia or Southeast Asia especially, it's harkening back to those old days. It's like one of those things that could be, you know, weaponized revisionism. Oh, speaking of that, that's like what Marcos revisionism, isn't it? Okay, that's as political as I get, right? Without doing the namby-pamby, if you will. Yes, afternoon tea at the Pem is good stuff, especially as the world is on fire outside. Actually, it's raining outside. Alright, it's brightening up though. It's brightening up. No thunderstorms, everyone. Okay, that's gonna do it for now. And of course, the neat thing about afternoon tea is you can play a little game to yourself in playing Guess That Tune. We had the Gone with the Wind theme. We had Dream a Little Dream of Me by the Mamas and Papas. And now you got, who's it, BJ Thomas? Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. That doesn't mean my cheeks will soon be turning red. There you go. I know something. I'm a little old soul. I don't know about an old soul about afternoon tea, to be honest. But, and to refill, they just take some hot water and then you get something that's less full-bodied. So, I mean, not so full-bodied vanilla bourbon tea. So I guess it's one of those things where kind of the place gives you the idea of doing something like this, to do an afternoon tea, because, you know, that's what they do here. And it kind of gives you the idea that you're somewhere kind of exclusive, but it's kind of like The Ship from the Confidence Man by Herman Melville. It's like one of Melville's lesser known novels, in which people here aren't necessarily what they seem. And one thing I do notice is that most of the Filipinos here, like the old men generally, they all kind of sound like Ricardo Montalban. Yes, that's the clientele you deal with here. But then I saw the guy Ricardo Montalban voice walk away, and so with the other guy. So, you don't know who's really staying here. You can impress your friends by showing up here at the lobby of the Peninsula, which is basically the most famous. I don't know if it's super like, well, it is famous, but the famous one, maybe Manila Hotel, but this is generally considered one of those Grand Dame hotels, right? And it definitely has the most impressive lobby of every hotel I've been to in Manila. I've been to plenty, everybody. I think the only one that comes close to me is Sofitel, as far as how immersive a lobby goes. So, should you have afternoon tea? I guess for the novelty of it all, yeah. If you don't feel like eating dinner, that's what you should do. I guess the scones stand out. The banana bread that tastes like banana bread. It's a banana bread I can get on board with, because it doesn't really taste like in-your-face bananas and in-your-face sugary starch. It tastes like cashew nuts. Those little sandwiches with the ham and Emmental are good. The little pickle does it for me. What should I say? The scones, yeah. Go in for that. Put in all the condiments that you can. Yeah. And drinking the last of our tea water. Again, kind of tastes like light cola. Dare I say it? It's like clotted cream raisins. You know, one of those things with a little bit of vanilla. It tastes like a little bit of, guess what? Dr. Pepper. Just a teensy bit. But this is a very watered down version of it from what we had earlier. Is that Phantom of the Opera? Nah. I don't know my Broadway musicals, everyone. So I guess that's what it sounds like to me. Yes. The tea water is gone. Yay. Don't have to drink the rest of that anymore. Thank you. Yeah. I guess you should do it as a novelty. Firstly, I don't think it'll be a habit of mine to do afternoon tea. Okay. I guess I'm gonna close this out then. So a place like this kind of gives you the idea that until next time you keep cool but care, but this is the place that keeps you remembering the empire never ended.